gravestones up here. Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks, and behind me is the town of Brihuega in the province of Guadalajara, here in the center of Spain, and that is the town that we're going to walk around today. So let's go. All right, so let's start the tour of this town, Brihuega in Guadalajara. We've got the name up here, Paseo de Jesús Ruiz Pastor Cerrada. And there we go, Brihuega. And let's check out what we can see in this town. It's a tourist town, as you can see. Not easy to park, I'll give it that. And apparently, as we can see here, different sites to be seen in this town. Now let's work out where we are exactly on this map, because I've got no idea. But it doesn't matter, we'll start the tour anyway. So let's go. Now it started to rain, so let's cross over here and we'll walk through this little narrow entrance where this car's just coming out of here, and we'll work our way through the town. Again with the cobblestones, quite typical in the towns in this part of the world. And this, I imagine, is where the main business activity takes place. Some shops here, some workers there. Got a car trying to come in behind me. Not sure where it's going to be going, so we'll get it out of the way. Let's go. Now, we're around 105 kilometers, maybe, from the center of Madrid. Don't quote me on that figure. I think around 105. We've got a dog trying to keep warm. And we can see here, the first thing that we're going to see is the color, the purple color, because this town is famous for lavender, the lavender fields. And we're going to see these lavender fields, or representation of the lavender fields, and products that are taken from those lavender fields all over this town. Honey, lavender honey. We've got some type of body creams, soaps, everything here related to that flower, lavender. So we're going to keep on walking. And we've also got here Cordero Lechal de la Alcarria. So that's obviously famous here as well. More products on sale. So lots of products related to the lavender flower in this town. Let's keep on walking. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to the historical part of the city or not. We've got some tourist information down there. Let's go and check it out. I've just had to zip up my top because there is a cold wind blowing. And as I said, it's a bit wet, as we can see from the rain on the cars. And there we've got more of that purple lavender color. Let's see what we've got here with this first thing to see here. Let's have a look. Fuente de los 12 caños. So let's have a look. I imagine there's going to be 12 little fountains here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 exactly. And the water coming out of those. Let's have a look. El agua riqueza de Brihuega, and also el lavadero de la Blanquina. Not in English, so I'm not going to translate it, but basically it is a fountain where people can come and drink, or back in the old days, probably have a wash as well. Let's continue. The sun's out, so I might be able to take the umbrella down. Let's go through here and check out what's going on. Lavadero Municipal. Open from Monday to Friday, 10 to 6, and on holidays, 10 to 2. So back in the day, I imagine this is where people came to wash their clothes, maybe wash themselves as well, not sure. Let's continue. Alcarria Delicias de Brihuega. So people from Madrid, I imagine, coming to this town at weekends, maybe during the week as well. Tourist buses rocking up, people walking these old streets and checking out what this town has to offer. Okay, we'll continue down here. Some sheets out there. Don't know the purpose because it's raining, so they're going to get wet. Spanish flag up there. And these narrow streets where people come down in their cars. Good luck to them. I wouldn't want to have to do that every day. Okay, what do we got here? A business that's not open. Don't know what it is. No idea. Let's keep on going down here. Still raining. So the umbrella is still up, as you can see here. Let's continue. And I'm going to work my way into the center of the town. Get a look at the architecture here. Quite well kept. You can see that there's money here. That's actually something that I read about before coming here, that this is a town that has been quite wealthy over the centuries, unlike some others around the place. Obviously the big industry nowadays is that lavender, the lavender fields, not only for the tourism, but also for the profit that they get from selling those products. And this business here, La Clandestina, not sure what they're selling here, but you'd probably find those figurines or statues in people's homes. Don't know. Now, this looks to be the main street, so we'll go for a walk down there and check out what's going on. I must say that this place is very well kept. Bakery here, selling the local produce. And they've got plenty of stock in there. More of the traditional buildings here also. Now I'm just going to take the umbrella down, so bear with me. Alright, it stopped raining, so let's continue. Now the colour, this purple colour everywhere you go. Even these lights are with that purple colour, so really emblematic. You can see that purple colour there as well. Lavender, Romero and Espliego. Products that are sold here locally, of course. Oils, essential oils and things like that. Renovation works going on over there. But an impressive little town. Now I reckon that if you came here in the season where that lavender is in full bloom, it would be a sight to see. Calle Mayor, the local town hall, and this is the main square. More water going on over there. La Antigua Tienda de Abastos. So let's have a look at the main square. Town hall, tourist office. Let's go and check out what this sign says here. Cárcel de Carlos III. So this was some type of prison back in the day, going back to 1779, as we can see there. Let's continue our walk up the residential areas, up those steps up there. Now this town, as I said, around 100 and something kilometres from the capital city, Madrid, not far from the provincial capital, Guadalajara also, and popular with tourists because it's not far off the Barcelona-Madrid road, which is one of the main highways in the country, the A2 road. And you can get an idea here of the architecture, very well kept, I will say. And again, I'm impressed by what I'm seeing here. The medical centre's down that street there, so I reckon we'll go down there and check out what's going on. Let's go. Check out what's down this street here. Very quiet. Not a busy day for tourists, I don't think. Look at this over here. They've got a lovely little garden here with a house in ruins over there. Let's continue. The medical centre over here, Guadalajara, which is where we are. The emergency services here, urgencias. So trying to blend in with the architecture of the town, using these old buildings here and turning them into public services. Quite common in lots of these small towns as well. What have we got down there? Let's go and check this out. This looks interesting. So basically everywhere you walk in this town, there's something interesting to see. Something catches your eye. If it's not the architecture, it's the symbols. Lots of symbols. What's this here? Puerta de la Guía. Religious symbol up there. The Virgin Mary, no doubt. What do we got up here? Castillo de Piedra Bermeja, Iglesia de Santa Maria, Municipal Cemetery, and something else. Let's keep going. Dead end street down there, where the castle is. Let's go and check this out. Puerta de la Guía. So what have we got in here? Aha. Fuente de Nuestra Señora María Santísima, La Pena, 1899. The statue over there. The leaves falling off the trees. Let's go down and check out what we've got here on the outskirts of the city. And I think there's a decent view over here too. Let's go. Let's see what we've got here. Let's have a look. All right, let's have a look. So, some information there. A la memoria de Sebastián y Diego Durón. Musicians they were from this town. Look at the leaves going on here on the ground. And this is the castle, El Castillo. Nothing in English. Now, I don't know whether that's because not many foreign tourists come to this town. I imagine that's not the case. But the local council hasn't bothered to translate the information, which is surprising because you go to smaller towns and you do see an English translation at least. So what do we got here? We've got the castle built by the Arabs a long time ago, around the 11th century, started in the 10th century. 11th century was when the main works went on, and we can see here that this has been sitting here all of those centuries, and you've got some Arabic ornamentals there also. So interesting, but closed. And now it seems to be dedicated to that writer. Church, I believe. We'll see in a minute. There's a sign over there. This is the Tanatorio Municipal, where people come to pay their respects to the dead. Acceso al Salón Noble, Capilla Gótico, Mudéjar. So that's obviously the architecture through there. We'll go up there in a minute. You can see the architecture style here as well, Romanesque. There we go, the tower. Let's go through here. Check out what's going on. Iglesia de Santa María de la Peña. Proto-Gótica. So proto-Gothic architecture, I believe. And more things over here. So there's quite a bit of history to be seen in this town. Let's go and have a look at the views. The sweeping views. We'll get a side view of the church as well. What do we got here? Growing some pumpkins. Some other stuff in that garden. Huerta. Vegetable garden. And another building up there, which looks to be a convent. Not sure. Let's have a look at the views. Spectacular. So that's what we should be able to see. Well, let's have a look if it's true. Yes. Wow. So those are the things that you can do here in this town. So agriculture going on just outside the town's walls. Now, one thing about these towns that have a fairly buoyant tourism industry is that the locals aren't all that friendly. You can go to places where people say buenos dias, buenas tardes, and things like that, hola. But in these towns, because so many tourists come through, people are really not as friendly as they are in some other places, or at least that's my opinion. Now, let's go up here and see what we can find. Salón Noble, Capilla Gótico Mudéjar. Referring to the architecture, I think. Let's go and check it out. We won't go inside because no doubt you have to pay. So we'll just go up here and check it out from the outside. And we'll take in these views as well. Here's the town cemetery. Where the locals are buried on the side of the church. And also there's more gravestones up here. We'll just have a look from the outside here. Tourists, no doubt. So part of the cemetery. Interesting. Let's continue. So reading my notes here, it says that the town has a rich historical heritage with a variety of well-preserved medieval buildings. For example, there's Arab caves used for storage and shelter during the sieges, the 12th century castle, Piedra Bermeja, and the old town walls, and lots of religious monuments here too. And so an interesting place, well worth a visit should you be in this part of Spain. Let's continue. And the good thing is that if you come here on a Tuesday, and it's around 1 p.m, so Spanish people will be getting ready for lunch, but there's hardly a soul to be seen. Not many tourists, which is a pro. So you can come to these towns and enjoy what they have to offer and not be swamped with tourism, at least during the week and at this time of the year. So, dead end street down there. We won't go down there, but we'll continue through the town. Check out what else we can find. More lavender. Dried lavender. So this town really promoting that flower, as I said before. Everywhere you go, you see lavender. Now it's raining again, so time for the umbrella to go up. There we go. So I don't want to get the lens on the camera wet. Park down there for the kiddies. Now there's signs on the trees here, not sure what's going on. Let's check out what these signs say. So they've got the type of tree that it is, where it comes from, and something about animals there. So with the new animal law in Spain, yeah, so it's compulsory to pick up your dog's excrement. Shame that you need a sign. I thought that would be a no-brainer. Wait for the car to go by. Let's continue. So an interesting town, I will say. Brihuega. What have we got through here? Another historical building. Let's go and check it out. Yeah, so another church, I think, by the architecture. Romanesque architecture. The typical doorway in that style. Let's see if there's some tourist information. Let's see. No, nothing here. Oh yeah, over here. Iglesia de San Miguel. Influenced by the Mudéjar Toledano. There we go. And this work of art, this obra, as they call it here, going back to the 13th century. So let's check out the stones that date back to that 13th century. Let's continue. It's still raining. Umbrella is still up. And the tourist office is this way. We walked past that before. This is the Constitution Avenue. Car coming down here. I imagine this is one of the main entrances or exits of this town, as this is the main street. Not much of a footpath or sidewalk, so I'm going to have to be careful. Let's cross over to where there is a bit of a footpath, and hopefully cars will see me. There's that purple colour again. So we'll head out to the lavender fields because they're on the way back. Obviously there's no flowers at this time of the year. They've all been cut. Another interesting building here. Let's check out what this one is. What's this one here? Convento de los Jerónimas. So 375 years of convent life in this building here. Let's go and have a look. All right, let's continue. Museo Casco Histórico in the town of Brihuega, Guadalajara. Now my car's not far, so we'll find a car, hop in the car, and go and check out the lavender fields. That's what we'll do. Roast chicken? Let's cross over. Banks, other businesses here, but not a lot going on. Newer part of town, more modern buildings, locals. Out and about doing their Tuesday chores. Over there we've got the local courts. If you get into trouble, that's where you'd end up. Juzgados. So interesting, the town of Brihuega. The gas man, or somebody who's recently bought gas, not sure. More restaurants. I'm going to cross over and get onto the other side of the road where it's not as busy, if I can. There we go. And up ahead is the car. Restaurant where the typical food of this part of Spain is served. Asados, roasts, lamb, pork, whatever, you get it there. And this is another historical building. Let's check it out. Not sure what it is, but we'll cross over. And this is a really touristy part of the town. So what do we got here? Let's look for a sign. Church again, I think. Iglesia de San Felipe. So 3 or 4 churches in this town. And this one seems to be quite busy. People coming out of there. So there we go. Now I think we've seen the majority of the most important sites in this town, so let's head up to the lavender fields and check those out also. So let's go. And here behind me are the famous lavender fields of Brihuega. Obviously, as I said before, no flowers on them at the moment, but if you come here at the right time of the year, this is an absolute sight to see. And it brings in the income, I think, from that town that we just saw. And interesting to see how rich these towns are because of tourism, because of this industry here, compared with other towns in this area. Let's get a closer look. And as you can see, row after row after row of lavender plants here. Time to wrap the video up. I'm getting wet. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you've been to this part of Spain and you liked it, let me know in the comment section below. If you have tried one of the products that comes from this plant here in Brihuega, also let me know. Give the video a thumbs up if you like this tour of Brihuega. Thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from a wet Spain.